pretty cool circle for me, of course, as I mentioned earlier, with the fact that I used to cover ESEA leagues back in the day. And now, get a chance to do it on a official broadcast. It's what got me better as a caster. I'm now going to see how it goes for these two, with the knife round coming in, of course. And it looks like it's going to go the way of QUAZAR. There we go. As I mentioned, Geji is the young prospect to keep an eye on in this game. Only 16 years of age and 4,450 elo. That's a hell of a lot of elo. Reminder, this is the first of 3 best of ones we'll be watching this evening. This is the opening game for EU Advanced for these two, I do believe. The other 2 games to come are in 2 separate open divisions that, of course, I have mentioned and spoken about. We're about ready to get this one underway. What does a little bit of a new generation of player look like against some storied names of the history of Counter-Strike? Oscar, Sticko. I've got many years of experience. This is already going to peek his way toward ramp. He's removed Fessa from this one early round. Playing on the front foot, which is good to see as a underdog team. You class him purely off the name value, and he charges his way up the ladder to find one more. Whisper's going to find QQ as well, and there we go. It's all getting cleaned up pretty easily. They know where Sticko is. He's stuck in the smoke. There is no way out. He's behind it now. With 3 players in front of him, they might be able to swing him all at once. But he's actually got away toward ramp. He tried to escape with the bomb. But Geji says no, and that's a pistol for QUAZAR. In a circle, choosing to go for the eco in this one. Just a couple of deagles. Scattered across the team. And Fesso, as I mentioned, is one of those players that has been kind of bouncing around for a very long time at this point now. I really want to see him. He was so highly rated at one point. It was almost like a lock-in that's, I feel like, at a moment in his progression as a player, he was going to be called up to Astralis. But just kind of things happen. Teams didn't work out. As I mentioned, he's bounced around for quite a while. Spent a little bit of a time on Copenhagen Wolves. Sashi for a little while. Preezy, all these sort of tier 2 Danish rosters and mixes as well. Even a little stand-in period for Endpoint. Helped out Monty for a little while. Remember, he was a part of that failed South roster as well that literally lasted it 1 month only. Bomb will actually go down there for QQ. But Fessa, actually, here we go. Hang on. 15 HP. Gets 2 1-digs. Almost gets the last as well. Honestly, with what Inner Circle invested into that round, they'll be delighted with a bomb plant. And 4 kills. That is way more than you'd expect. That gives Inner Circle a lot more utility to work with in this opening gun round. And QQ, as I said, it's a nice chance for me to catch up with him as well after he was on a team with basically some of my friends back in the day in ESEA Advanced. Even when I actually was getting like professional casting gigs, I used to still hop in to do, I still do now of course, if people who know me well. But I used to even still drop down to watching those ESEA Advanced leagues when I had some friends playing. It's always just going back to the grassroots of Counter-Strike, right? In the Open Division and the Advanced Divisions. That gap between them, that grind up to get to Advanced, have a chance to make ESL Challenge League and then maybe even ESL Pro League. Just that one team will make it, but ESL Challenge League gets you, of course, chance to perform on some streams on ESL broadcast and on HLTV. And of course, when ESEA Advanced playoffs run around, always the playoffs are on HLTV as well. Here comes the push here for Inner Circle. It's been quite telegraphed by QUAZAR. They've got 3 players around the site, and Whisper on default does really well to find one, because that's a very hard position to kind of play from. You just feel like you get pre-hug from Palace all the time, but QQ is having a gorgeous round. I mean, goodness gracious. He just got 4 kills on the entry just like that, just after I was bigging him up after mentioning he was a prospect from the old days. The MP9 of numbers. Trying to do some work here. He has got a kit. He has got a smoke. He could make something of this. But Oscar and QQ are playing it correctly. And QQ could be on for his ace here, but not until Oscar switches around and grabs the final frag there. It's a free AWP and CT to pick up as well. That is the worst case scenario for QUAZAR, because it means Oscar can't. He wouldn't have been able to invest into the T-side AWP anyway, but he's able to pick it up for free. And of course, it deserves to be mentioned. QUAZAR, because they lost 4 players on the round they won, after Fessa got 2 1-digs, his 2 kills, Fessa, only came from that round so far. But they had a lot of impact. That means that QUAZAR, look at their force buy in this round. It is pots and pans. It's winnable, of course it is. But 1 FAMAS, 3 5.7s and a Deagle. So incredibly dangerous in whichever position on whichever map. In a circle, whipping up toward connector, looking to burst up together. There are 3 players around this position once again, though, and the FAMAS is here. There will be a quick trade from Gedji, but he can't connect on the second one. Second gets away with it on 28 HP, and somehow Oscar survived on 3 of that close range AWP shot. He somehow got himself into the corner, but it's still getting a bit dangerous because Gedji's got them pinned in. He's been very careful with that frag on Fessa, and he's delivered it brilliantly. And Whisper, he's only 11 HP, but of course, as I said, Oscar's only 3. There is a FAMAS to pick up. I don't think it has many bullets in it, though. So if he uses it, might have to hit 1 tap immediately. But now he's shown his position, and that will make it a bit easier for Inner Circle. Oh, goodness. Oscar actually deciding to escape in towards CT there with being 1 bullet from death. Definitely risky. Flash is good, but I think this is going to aid the Whisper fallback. And he'll save that AK into the next round.
Terrorists win.
These streams that, of course, ESL are putting on this season. We've got, as I mentioned in the pre-game, we've got 10 separate ones of these. 5 in North America, 5 in EU. To showcase some of the teams in advance, and then, of course, in Open. Give them a chance to feel like they're on a professional tournament. See some of the lower ranked Open teams. We might descend into madness later, because some of them are like level 5 and level 7. So it will be very fun to watch, that's for sure. This is definitely a match that is very interesting. It's between 2 professional teams without a shadow of a doubt. And some very well-known players that we all know and love. That wasn't a professional Molotov, though. It will get whiffed, but it's no issue. Going to make their way in now. I haven't checked sandwich, though. That's awkward. Oh, goodness me. It's falling apart. It looks so comfortable, and all of a sudden, they left QQ as the last alive, and that is ridiculous. That has turned on a dime. The 5-7 gets 2, calmly tapping away from the sandwich. And the AK that they saved over got activated. That's a painful one for Inner Circle. And as you can tell, doing the right thing to call a timeout straight away off the back of it. Oscar's brought up an AK, but has decided to sell it. They might decide to go for an eco here, actually. Or a half buy, at least. They can buy... They can actually buy fully, but it'll be limited utility, so they actually have gone for it. Only 3 rifles available, too. But I think it's worth evening up the money. Because one thing I didn't mention about this Inner Circle team is that they're coached by LMBT. Of course, has been around the scene a very long time as well. Around with Hellraisers way back in 2015. Of course, spent a lot of time on Mal's too. During the era that Oscar and Sticker were on the team, by the way. So it is almost like a core reunion in a way. Most recently was on the likes of Monty. He did win that ESL Challenger Yongshipping that I mentioned with Monty. And Krasnal was on that roster as well. So some of LMBT's disciples on this team. Very fast up connector in the following round, though. That's going to catch Tommy off guard somewhat with that recovered orb. He's doing okay to get that one, but Tommy is now in the midst of the madness with that smoke front CT. One will go down actually in a good position. And they will manage to get a 2v2 out of this all in a circle. The retake's going to be awkward, though. And this is what I am frustrated about already looking at this retake. They won that round on the eco, of course, which meant they had a lot of bank to use. And they had 4.3k on Geji and 3.9k on Tommy. And there is no defuse kit in play. We've got knives in the smoke coming out, but Tommy's missed the all-important shot, and QQ will get the Glock kill in the end. That's always something that I have to criticize. Everyone will die. And actually, that's a bit of a mini nightmare for Inner Circle, by the way. I'll come back to my other point in a second. Everyone dying means we've got 3.2k on a couple of players. They're going to have to go Mac 10s here. I mean, QUAZAR will know this. We'll be fully aware of the limitations of the economy after losing everyone there for Inner Circle. But yeah, I mean, that's the first thing I can criticize QUAZAR about there. Is the fact that they won on that eco, on that half investment with the pistols alongside the AK. He had so much money in the bank thanks to that, and neither of those two players bought a defuse kit. Such a common oversight by even the most experienced old professionals. Inner Circle actually keeping it very pacey, and why not, like I said? I mean, they're just making a set play happen. And I agree with this, right? In a round like this, go for a set play when you've got barely any util, and with the Mac 10s, go for something speedy. They try it, and it's aided another bomb plant on A. That's a slightly misthrown flash from Oscar toward ramp. Doesn't pop at the right timing for Fessa, but he still gets away with it. It was Krasnal's flash in the end, I beg your pardon. But it recovers into the 3v3. And again, no kit for QUAZAR. They had no money this time, so I can't blame them. But it again makes rounds like this awkward. Oscar will go searching, though. Gets caught on the corner of the smoke. Now they have to win the doors in the open, doing a circle. Fessa's going to get himself one, and already they won the round. Yep, they're off. Tommy will find the AWP and get out of there. Geji's not allowed to, though. Even from range in the Mac 10, he's tapping away at the bottom of connector. Just about survived to the bomb on 17 HP as well. No mistake in that, guys, in this round. I see you guys in chat. I see you. Travis of the CS variety. Mr. Exner. My goat. Full eco. Pretty much here for QUAZAR after that previous round. They've managed to keep that up, like I said, but Inner Circle have managed to avoid it. Kiku's actually got himself in a pretty interesting position here. Because Dizzy's actually out. Actually, Sicko saves QQ's life. QQ's got surely some farming to do here. Probably trying to play aggressive exits to limit that economy and continue to limit that T-side economy. Definitely the right play to make. As long as you don't risk that AWP going down. Yeah, no one going towards short, unfortunately. Inner Circle making the right decision to exit through apartments. And finally, we've actually got a bit of money to be built up for the T side.
Terrorists win.
So if I'm not mistaken, the games we have in Open 10 and Open 9 tonight are Slapped versus Pepe Esport and Team Syntax versus FC Ponele... Yeah, that's difficult. But it's definitely a Polish team. You'll see later. But it should be fun to see some of the lesser teams in Open trying to improve as a player. Because it'll remind me of how I used to play back in the day. And honestly, maybe still might play now. Geji will get one kill on toward QQ. And Krasnal, he'll double up on Geji and a Whisper in the end. And numbers always burning. Surely gets pushed by Krasnal. That's exactly what happens. Nice cleanup from the young Pole. Should go down, will go down, but now they know where Tommy is, and they know he's already on the escape path. But he won't be allowed to escape that far, because guess who's already in apartments, way ahead of the game. Bombs planted on A, and they're already all around him on B. Sicko gets the kill. Inner Circle have at least a tie confirmed on the half. The right time for attack for QUAZAR. As I said, definitely a player to keep an eye on is Geji. Currently in the top 30, top 25, I think even, in EU Faceit in terms of individual player-by-player ranking. 4,450 elo. Only 16 years of age. Less than half the age of Oscar. Bless him. Bless his cotton socks, as they say in the UK. They don't say that. It's a very unused saying, but... you catch my drift. Tommy having a deep line into the apartment, so with the AWP, trying to play on the front foot, knowing they've got low economy across the board here. And numbers will actually deal with Fesso with the Deagle, so brings it back into a 4v4. Tommy's pushed up very deep in the apartments, but I think Sicko may have heard the scope, or has he? I'm not sure, I don't think so. The scope is very, very quiet on CS2 compared to how it was on Go. That's a great catch from Tommy. And hang on. We've got another round falling apart here for Inner Circle. Another lower investment working out for QUAZAR. Geji looking for the spray down. Almost gets away with it. But I don't think it's going to matter. I think they're going to win the round anyway. Even without getting that second kill. Oscar is stuck in ladder room on 3 HP. 1 tap needed. 1 tap taken. Unlikely round found by QUAZAR. Oh, QQ had a chance to run down Dizzy on top of Bout there, but couldn't take it. It's a great catch from Geji to make sure that he keeps his teammate alive, and somehow, actually, Dizzy is still alive after all of that. Again, Geji making the right pick at the right time. He's showing why he's as ranked as he is at the moment. 13-8, making the right moves across the map as it stands. And Sicko and Oscar, The OG Mouse duo. On 3 big tournaments together, of course. Back in the day. Have to pull back and roll back the years a little bit. A 2v4. That nade is actually superb, goodness me. Sticker was on the little ledge there next to window, and it actually still connects with him. Puts him down to 46 health. Oscar trying to go for a wide peek. He's pushed all the way through B apartments and onto the edge of balcony to try and get a deep line into the rotation position of Geji here. And there's the spot. But did Geji see him? That is the question. And when we drop down to Sicko, and now Oscar can hold the line. Right way to go about it. You'd really want the AWPer planting the bomb in this sort of situation. Just a normal protocol. The big flank is being heard, I think. And Sicko knows he needs to go aggressive in this 2v4. He needs to find something for himself. Oscar's already found the first. And Sicko has got the short player pinned up against the corner. But Geji's going to work his way through. He gets a quad kill on the round, by the way. Up to 15 and 8. Doing great work is this 16-year-old future hopeful. Martin, I see you in chat right now, doing good work with the moderating, my friend. But it's a best of 1, my friend. It's 3 times BO1s. 1 in Advanced, 1 in Open 10, and 1 in Open 9. Bit of a faster play toward A. Actually, like this in a circle, turning up the pace as they have done. Actually, would feel pretty upset to only tie this half 6-6, considering the positions they've been in. That's half 1-2. Low investment rounds, and Sicko playing on the edge of the smoke near bench will just get spammed through it by Whisper. There was an HE available to break this as well. That could leave Oscar in the open. They're trying the wall bangs. Oscar's done well to get 1, but it is traded. 2v2. QUAZAR's pushing CT to try and get some control elsewhere, but there's no utility left for in a circle. And QUAZAR have a lot. They have smokes, they have kits this time. They have an incendiary. They've figured out where QUAZAR's playing from. It's just about finding out where QQ is. He's under back, actually using that smoke. Somehow that sight smoke to cover the bomb is actually going out in the advantage of the CT side. But the 5-7's not going to complete this one. QUAZAR's wasted enough time off the clock. They'll even get the kill to boot as well. 7-5. For in a circle at half. Straight back into it. Utility available here for QUAZAR. They've gone for actually a couple of players without the Kevlar to buy up the util. Got the molly, got smoke and 2 flashes. QQ on Balk with the dualies, and Krasnal has got his over toward B. Dualies are a staple at the moment of pistol rounds. Looking to see if QQ can do some work here. Maybe make them QQ. Bottom connector smoke will come through. Utility is being used now by QUAZAR, and QQ is not budging. Even though Geji is selling this fake in mid. All his util, and QQ gets caught off though. It's a great catch from Dizzy. Now Oscar, they're not looking at him, but he is seen by the site players. And a bit of team damage in the mix there, but it's not going to matter, I don't think. They've got the site under full control. Krasnal with the dualies. Okay, maybe these dualies are going to work. Suddenly, Numbers is in a 1v2. He needs 1 bullet on 2 players. He's trying to get faked out, but now he knows. Now he knows where both are coming from. It's a great catch on the jump spot. He needs 1 bullet for Oscar. I lied to you. I lied to everyone in chat. I can only apologise. Oscar has taken 1 bullet, survived on 1 HP, and won the pistol round for his team. That is ridiculous. A little bit nervy there from Mr. Numbers in that clutch, I think it's fair to say, but Oscar hit the headshot when necessary. I can't believe he took the one bullet and survived on one. Listen, I only misjudged it by 1 HP. I wasn't that far off, guys. Samu, I see you in chat right now. While I appreciate your efforts, a moderator in Twitch chat is not gonna help me with that goal. But much love either way. In Circle, I see you guys in there as well. Your first LAN being in Level Up Lund. That's pretty cool. And you guys definitely have some very good LAN players. So I'm looking forward to seeing how you play in that event. I'll be keeping a close eye on it. Of course, with NIP being there as well. Confirmed. This was a full force from QUAZAR, but Inner Circle are dealing with it quite nicely. Only Tommy left with the MAC-10. Finally goes for his duel and wins it on QQ, but you know where he is. And Oscar will tap him down. Might turn out to be a big pistol round win, that, for Oscar. Gives Inner Circle a chance to reach double digits first now. Full eco to come. I know I'm running across on a little bit of a delay compared to Twitch chat, but Hexo, to answer your question, which will probably get answered by the time you hear this response, there will be North American games, but not this week, next week. Yeah, alternating regions for these broadcasts on the ESEA League this season. We've got EU to begin, and then NA next week. The week after is NA again, and vice versa, and so on. Well, one thing I have got from this game is a new player to watch for the future. I was aware of this guy. I hadn't seen his name before. I had not seen him play before. And that's Geji. Only 16 years of age. Number 25 in all of EU Face It, if I'm not mistaken. With 4,450 elo. Bit of a gamer. Keep an eye for that name. Remember the name, as they say, for the future. Could easily get picked up by the likes of a Spirit Academy if they ever once they lose their 5. Maybe even promote Kyosuke. Dizzy has spotted a double push through ramp here. And Nate is not going to finish off the kill on him. But he's actually done well to keep himself alive. He called Tommy back to help for a second. But still up at the moment. Of course, first gun round of the second half for QUAZAR. Tasked with just jiggling ramp for now for information. We'll try that in the area as soon as he sees anything. At 35 seconds, they're now choosing to make their play. And Fester, oh my goodness, they haven't looked at each other. That's so awkward. I can't believe they just didn't look at each other for so long in that position, actually. Fester needed 1 bullet to kill him. Does get the 1 bullet. But that was a bit of a fake. The bomb is going toward apartments, but look at the setup that Inner Circle have. Oscar close apps with the L1S. It's very hard to check this on the timing, and Oscar will deliver once again for his team. And I'll even remove the AWP of Tommy as well. That's a free AWP. That's happened now both halves for Inner Circle. They've got a free AWP. One. Oh, Geji needs to get away from that incendiary. Oh, it's unfortunate. And that means he's gone down after the time has expired, and he's got $300 in the bank. Unfortunate. But yeah, that's happened for Oscar now on both sides of the map. He's managed to grab a free AWP on T, And now a free AWP on CT as well. Hasn't even had to invest in it himself. The best case scenario. Like a little bit of a quick tech pause there. By the way, Geji moved at the end of just after getting the kill he got in ladder room. It did look like he kind of had a tab out crash or something with the way he moved his crosshair. But he's still in the server. And after this, we've got a couple of BO1s to jump into in the lower leagues. As an example, I do believe none of the players we're following in the next BO1 are storied professionals. They are looking to become that one day. They are your bog standard level 10s, but who knows? Maybe we'll see something special from some of these guys in that game. We do have one 3k elo player who dwarfs the rest of the lobby. We'll shout him out later. Krasnal has missed the short jump, but it's fine. It's not a necessity. There was no one going toward mid anyway. Only a deep hold in TV room and top mid, as you can see here for Tommy and Geji. It's definitely a very interesting composition that Inner Circle have. When I saw it was put together, I was like, really? Sticker's coming back? Really? Oscar's left Sinners for this? But Sinners have actually looked still very respectable, very competitive. I think they're in a Challenger League playoffs this season, are Sinners. And Oscar's still on good form as well. He hasn't lost much as Oscar. He might be one of the players who's aged very gracefully in terms of his skill. Of course, reuniting some of these guys that were with that old Mao scene back in the day. Oh, Sticker's doing the right thing here. Oh, there's no way. He's got one in the palm of his hand. Oh my goodness, Sticker. You made it look as messy as possible considering how easy that frag was. But I think they're going to be fine in this round. 12 seconds for the plant. Dizzy's feeling very pressured and has to try and force a fight before he's comfortable taking that bomb plant. And Numbers is too far away. That will be the 12th for Inner Circle. Looking to kick off the season with a victory. But it's a comfortable game as I expected. Nothing entirely shocking and exciting. Inner Circle doing what they do best. Just being a respectable team with all the experience in the world. Guys, catch from QQ. We've had one round so far, which was an absolute stunner from QQ, where he got 4 kills on the entry. That was one thing definitely to get excited for. But overall, I see your bog standard Mirage, your bog standard team that is better than the other team, performing to a good level. But Geji's the exciting one, as I said. He's got both of the kills in this round already, up to 19, looking to get some more as well. Grenade from Sticko, or maybe move to the open, but Sticko in the end will get his one. There's not going to be any more than that. Geji does get his 20th, and Whisper will finish off the round. So QUAZAR still in the game for now. They will find 6. And then maybe we can, as we get into those next games, like we said, those next BO1s with some very, very unknown players, some players looking to get some experience, being on a big stream, of course. We get hyped to give them a casting moment to remember. Oscar will deal with Geji, and sees 2 players strafe back into ramp. That's good information, but Dizzy's actually managed to find QQ. Not allowed to get away, though. A couple of bullets through the corner of the smoke from Fessa will trade that one. Now walking the bomb back toward A. There's a good chance that Fessa and QUAZAR are in the right position. QUAZAR hasn't seen the connector player, though, and hang on. This one's turning around once again. Fessa's whipping. Numbers in connector should go down. Eventually does go down. Back into a 2 versus 2 to save the game for QUAZAR. Fessa and Sticko both coming through connector. I think they're very aware of this, but Whisper's taken so much damage through triple. I think we saw a molly thrown towards CT as well, so maybe they weren't fully aware both are coming through that position. They have managed to both get themselves into CT. But there's a big issue for QUAZAR here, because Sticko's got a smoke and a kit, and that could cause some havoc in this one. Smoke is actually front triple. Nate to break it open, and it does expose Sticko. That kit's now on the floor. Fessa needs to pick it up. He's finally found it, but there's a knife coming out here. This could give Fessa an opportunity, actually. Can he find the bomb again? He can. He's holding it. Hang on, hang on. Knife's being missed, but it's okay. Tommy will get it. And QUAZAR stay up in this BO1. First match of the EU Advanced season, the league below at ESL Challenger League. EU Advanced playoffs are always on HLTV. I think actually every region that has Advanced has their playoffs on HLTV, including North America. And when that rolls around, those matches are broadcast usually by community streamers and organisations alike. You get to see teams qualify for ESL Challenger League, and then, who knows, maybe even qualify for ESL Pro League once you are in Challenger League. There's a 1 spot available this season, and playoffs will be beginning very soon. Ooh, a good little pounce here by Whisper and Numbers. They're able to drop onto Fessa. Quick entry, a push to the CT smoke. Oscar's whiffing a little bit here. There are 2 players to wide swing him. Oscar realises that and tries to get away in toward the CT cubby, but he's not allowed to escape. 4v2 for QUAZAR. Good work. And QUAZAR and Sticko really should be saving here. We've got this full rotation all the way around from Sticko in toward the apartments. He's actually, if he had a defuse kit, he could defuse the bomb right now, but Numbers actually has come back to check it. I think he's just looking for an exit kill. And he's got it. And the AK, actually. And he can escape toward ramp. Fair enough. Best case scenario for Sticko.
Terrorists win.
And now in a circle down to an eco. So QUAZAR are actually doing a good job of getting back into this one. You never know. They are living a bit of a charmed life after winning those few eco rounds in half one. And they are trying to get the AK into the action here in a circle, ready for the preparation for a fast A. They pushed, oh my goodness, they pushed Sticko toward ramp. At the beginning of the round, actually had him boosted on triple. That's bold from Dizzy, goodness gracious. That smoke was blooming and he actually just ran straight through it to deal with QQ. Not respecting that eco pistol at all. Fessa and Oscar lost 2 alive. Just looking for damage. QUAZAR will get within 3. Possibility of overtime. You never know. want to have some fun later, guys, remember to stick around for the next 2 BO1s. We've got some unknown prospects in the open leagues to have a watch of. Should be a bit of a goofy one, but you know what? We were all that player at some point, and some of those players are better than you'll ever be. So there you go. Can Inner Circle get this one done here and now? They won't want this one to get anywhere near an overtime. There's no massive worry, being the first game of the season, obviously, if they do lose. But from the position they're in, it'd be incredibly disappointing. And they don't want to give themselves the extra stress of overtime. Toward Ramp, QQ gets his 1 and a quarter. It's a good nade to follow up on Whisper as well. Puts him down to 23. A resmoke, but he might not respect it, and that could be the issue because Oscar's here. He's got himself 1, but triple is so paper thin. He gets wall banged down. Good late round execute from QUAZAR here with good util. And he was QUAZAR towards CT. He could actually deny the bomb plant. He didn't realise that for a second. He doesn't deny the plant, but he makes it a 2v2. Sicko and QUAZAR looking to recover this, and Gedge's going aggressive, trying to use his skill, but actually caught out in the open. Tiny bit of inexperience there from the youngster. Could give Inner Circle a chance to win the game. It's out in the open now. Dizzy's going for the peak, and he'll get found by Sicko. That is game, set, and match for Inner Circle. A little bit more difficult in the end than maybe it should have been, and maybe you could argue it should have been easier overall. The fact they lost a couple of Ecos, did QUAZAR, and did Inner Circle actually early on in the game. But it was still a very good performance overall from Inner Circle. And that's great to see, of course, some of these players that we know and love back in action once again on a big ESL broadcast, like your Stickos, like your Oscars, and of course players like Krasnal who have won an ESL Challenger LAN, and some of the other gamers that we're kind of keeping an eye on as well, like QQ and Fessa, right? It's great to see